yourself. The world, it will embrace you. Just be yourself. I live to prove that some of us, when we're ourselves, the world will do an about face. It's my, evidently it's my, Mars. Mars is in my 12th house in Gemini. And also my nose. Evidently. If you haven't seen this video, go hear it. It is. I'm gonna let it run through because I missed the beginning.
With your smile.
It's your smile, Ma. You know what? I found out today. Sagittarius rules the teeth. That's why you have such a pretty smile. They should have let Jackie die in the wilderness. They should never have. They should have just let her die. They say in this instance, nature has to save its course, but over here, then they gotta play God. The hypocrite. And the guy that was speaking hasn't seen his feet without a mirror. I don't know, decades. So you don't give people that aren't creditable people that don't take care of themselves, you don't give them anything to take care of anything else. Only give people that take care of themselves. Only people that take care of themselves are qualified to offer any guidance. I saw a dude the other day telling people, oh, this is what you should do today. This will take care of you. I'm like, dude, you have heart disease, man. You shouldn't be telling nobody how to live their life. Weirdos. So yeah, rest in peace, Jackie. It hasn't happened yet, but one day. So stupid, man. Humans just think they know what. Hey, have you ever watched nature? I've been watching nature since I was a little kid because I don't like people because people suck. They lie. They pretend they're like somebody, but I'm like, nah. I can feel that you're lying. I can feel that you're lying because lying literally has a frequency. Whoa. You can tell when people are lying. You going out, girl?
Oh, she was there. She's out. Fresh
I think she's just gonna get a drink. It hasn't been that long since we've been outside.
Fresh air.
She gets stiff in the back end.
Fresh air.
So let's start some music for me here. Little symphony number 5 in C minor. All right. I was just thinking, like, what's the world gonna be when all the cretins, like, when all of this veil of deception, what's up? That has been covered, like, when all the creeps don't win anymore. I have a thread that I'm testing AI in my thread. And I'm letting it surmise all things me. And I make memes, and I let it make graphs, and I share them on social media, and I put, like, my history. And one day, I'm going to say, if I were to write a book, what would out of all of this, what would it look like? And then I'll put it out there. Because people like to read. So this is my latest meme that I made today. See, you don't need, when you pay for an astrologer, you're paying for the astrology of that person to perceive you. Do you get that? So I'm an Aries, so if I give a Virgo a bunch of money to see me in my chart, well, Virgo, I've heard Virgo say to themselves that they don't see Aries. So I'm not going to pay a Virgo to not see me in my chart. You get me? Like, I just use their own words. Here, Mom, hang out with people. I got to let Luna out for a second, okay? You talk on the internet. Don't be mean to my mom. A guy slammed her head in a car door in 1989. I'm just still glad she's here. I'll be right back, Mom. I got to let Luna out real fast. Don't be mean to my mom. Don't pick your nose, Mom. Girl, I was talking to the neighbor.
Oh,
Is the internet keeping you company?
yes.
Are they being nicer to you than they are to me? Yeah, you got more likes than me. Okay. Luna wanted out. Okay, that was cute, Ma. I forgot because Luna wanted out, and then like I saw the nice lady next door.
There's a nice lady.
The astrology says that it's gonna be more neighborly, and I was like, that ain't gonna happen because I don't like the other neighbor lady. I like the neighbor guy. Okay.
Oh,
Hello.
that's nice.
Welcome to my tiny tube. My name's Marge. I was just talking about what the world's gonna be like when all the creepos get out of the seats. You know, thanks, Mom, my little co-host. My little mom, the co-host.
Yeah.
Did you hold it up?
Yeah.
Come on, pretty girl.
Good, she's
Oh, I gotta let my dog go by. She just went outside. That's her new thing. I start talking on the internet and then she wants to go outside. Uh-oh. We don't need to be tripping over cords and stuff.
No.
Like all these people, I don't know. It's so weird. The people that get off, like they do a crime, and they go into the system, and then the system absolves them of that crime.
Oh,
I've seen it my whole life. The first person I ever saw their record expunged was my brother when he was a teenager. He and his buddies committed larceny.
Larceny?
Yeah, it means when you steal things, when you steal, it's just basically burglary. But one of the kids had, it was like one of those snack distribution centers where people go and then they go fill up vending machines and
Yeah.
it's just a snack place, right?
That's all.
And so
Yeah.
one of the dads was the manager of one of these places.
Oh, wow.
But then, they got the keys, and so they climbed in under the in the tunnels because there's tunnels all over the place, and I used to hang out in the tunnels under the Reading and stuff, and
Wow.
when we lived on Manzanita, and I have my own personal local history of that, and then they went in and took a bunch of stuff. And then, like, Jerry, we lived in a motel. It was like a one-bedroom kitchenette motel. It had a living room. My brother slept on a couch in the living room, and he hadn't have no place to stash his chair. So what he did is he tried to, like, lift up the couch that was a sofa couch that lifted up, you know, and stash it under there. But when he put the couch down, it didn't fit, and the couch was high, and I come doopity-doopity-doo in, go plopping on the couch on all these 12 packs of soda, and I was like, hey, what's this?
What's this?
What's going on here?
Wow.
You know? And where's that fucking thing? I'm about to throw it across the room right now. I won't, though. It's my fault. And then, so, so I was like, you know, he told me, shut up, you know, all that stuff. And then I said, well, I'll tell Mom what happened if you don't cut me in on this. So I got to take a 6-pack of soda with me when I went to school in CVI in in Citrus Valley. It was the Rams, and I'm a Ram. You know that a ram isn't an animal?
Oh, man.
They're sheeps. Ram is like it's an onomatopoeia. They're mountain sheep. They're not. There's no animal that's a ram. It's what it's what we do. Because I'm a Aries. Yeah. So astrology, I love it so much. So then I took soda to school, and then the school knew I was poor. They're like, what is she doing selling soda out of her locker? And then I got in trouble, and then, like, my brother got in trouble. He had to go to court, but they expunged his law. But Reading's a Freemason town. My father's side, they're from Freemason. They just sweep everything under the rug. They don't get in trouble. That's why these guys, they just do whatever they want, because in their mind, when they're given freedom, when certain psychological programs are given freedom, they're going to use that to do really weird, gross shit. A lot of us would just like, I don't know, what would most regular people do if they can do anything they want? Well, we have that freedom of will to wake up every day and choose what we want to do, and every day for years, I've been a stay-at-home daughter. I left 3D Earth because I'm like, nah, y'all are whack. I'm going to be over here taking care of because agency is welfare for the employees. It's not. The medical system doesn't exist to care for people and make people well up until now. It has existed largely because it employs that the people work in the agency. It's for the company picnics and the trips to Sin City, Las Vegas, and the not answering phone calls or answering emails. You know, it's all that stuff. The United States has become a very disingenuous place as a collective whole. So I try to overcompensate by going out and giving people water, and soon there's a grocery store in town that you get like money back. You spend and I spend a lot of money there because Mom likes salmon and stuff, and sockeye salmon, the good stuff. And so I spend most of my money I spend on food, good food. And I'm grateful that we have a place that we can get it still. Every time I go to the grocery store, whatever I need is there. And that's all we need to happen. Ideas of grandiosity might get confused with my inferiority complexes. That's how I can recognize these in the machismo, because I am the machismo, unbalanced within myself. It's a special bonus prize us clowns get, us heyokas. We got so much spirit that it splits. We got two spirits. We got the masculine spirit, we got the feminine. Everybody does. They just live solely from one and not the other. That's why we go to war. Because men are conflicted with the feminine in themselves because they hate their mother. Because one time they saw their mom, who was a strong woman, put them in their place, and they didn't like it. They got embarrassed, so they don't like strong women. That's how misogyny begins. I don't hate men or women because I recognize the masculine and feminine and appreciate both sides very much. It's my Cancer rising that helps me take care of Mom. It's my Aries sun that collides with the system so I can come home every night.
Wow.
It's my Scorpio moon that forever will always look for the truth. But it doesn't matter what our astrologies are, because our experience is to determine what our shadow aspects are within us and then rise above those. So we don't live from there, and we live from a place where everybody has whatever they need. Because we can't satisfy those demons of those that are just grasping for everything they want. It's creepy. I got this picture recently. I'm collecting for my library that I don't have yet, but I'm filling up a house I don't have yet. So I got this. It's the evolution of consciousness, and right in the middle of its shadow work. What you ignore will grow. What was I? Oh, she's back on planet Earth. Here, let's see. Let me share the live. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I gotta share my live quick. Share. We'll go copy link. There. This is a meme that I like making memes. I like clowning people, like making fun of people, and my dad is no exception. I got one of them deadbeat dads. That's why I overcompensated in my masculine ever since I was a little girl, being a tough guy, cause I had to protect mom from the guys that beat mom up, and then I had to learn how to protect myself from men. When I would mouth off, I'd get hit or smacked. I've been hit. I've been hit, popped in the mouth. Have you ever been hit in the face? I know you have, Ma. But you ever, like, people are so raring to go out there and fight and put chips on, let's go do this and all this stupid shit. They never been hit in the face, because if you ever been hit in the face, you don't want to fight no more. You just want to avoid that shit. And I've been hit in the face 2 times. One time, I had a retainer on and it cracked down the middle and it popped in my mouth. And my brother did both of those. And then I had to hit the same guy off. The guy never got in trouble. He's a fraternity boy. His buddies always, if he got in a pinch, his buddies would bail him out. They all bail each other out. But, you know, he went with the system because he's a Virgo. See, his north node is in Leo, I come to find out. And then his south node is in Aquarius. So he hates me because I have the heart to live for him, in which he denies. He was literally the Tin Man in a play before. He has no heart, I'm telling you. I was the Toto. And both of my parents, like, have traumatic head injuries, so. But I like this meme I made. It says, that's a picture of me. I've been looking at old pictures of me lately. And it's like, no wonder people couldn't recognize if I was a boy or a girl. I'm one of those inverts. I'm one of those people that were medically modified in vitro. They're coming out with it now in relation to the Epstein files. Right now they are. And you're going to hear more about the hybrid humans and stuff like that. I have the ability of telekinesis. It's an energetic, it's a cooperation is nature's way thing. Like, and I have a lot of Gemini in me. So I don't touch, like when my dogs were getting old and they were having their own experience of aging, I didn't want to insinuate it, so when I get worked up, I don't touch things. I don't touch, like when I get worked up, I go out, I dance, I have these, I have 2 of these, that when I get worked up, I do sets of 333, because I do a 111, and I got 2 of them, and I just pump the iron as fast as I can. Just get whatever angst is in me, whatever yayas I got that I can't go and work out because I can't, you know. I have obligations at home. I just pump iron, and then like some days. One day I did 9 sets of 111, and I was laying down that night, and I said, you know, if you would have done just one more, you would have done 1,000 today. And I was just like, that's all right. That's for another day. And then I did it another day. So it's just like people, like gym people. I had to go to the gym when I was in the military. And I would go to whatever gym as soon as it opened. 5 o'clock, I'd be there. And then they closed the field house to redo the running track. I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to run. But it was closed to everybody. And so I had to go all the way across base. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo, free gym. Well, I just think everybody should have access to free amenities. Dude, America has so much money. We should just have a card that says, yeah, we can go here, we can go there. Like, money shouldn't be a thing. How come people don't understand this? Money shouldn't be something that exists, but because they built agencies to... I like numbers and keeping track of numbers to see who's contributing to numbers and stuff, like stats, right? But one thing that I've always carried with me with statistics is that statistics are as easy to manipulate as the people that gather the statistics. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in the numbers and the statistics out there. You know, I don't have faith in the system, because the system's so corrupt, because it's made up of a bunch of guys that have just been getting each other off for, you know, their whole lives. They put the wrong people in jail. I remember there was this time I was like 3 years old. I have a way back memory, because I'm a hybrid. I'm one of those weirdos. There's a lady in Taos where I live, and she looks at your blood. And I went to see her probably a year and a half. I don't know. It's been a while. I went to see her once. No. Anyway, I value what the knowledge that she gave me. But she looks at your blood on 2 monitors, and she's like, this is this, and she's explaining what this is and that was, and these little shapes and these little fun anomalies and stuff like that. And I told her, I said, I had 8 anthrax vaccine shots in 2003. They gave me 2 at a time, every 2 months. And so, it was like a study. And then I'm convinced that the COVID vax is a rendition of what they tested on us in 2003.
Wow.
Because in 2008, I started watching myself get mad about stuff, and I had no reason to be mad. I was sober. I was in recovery. I bought a house. I had a girlfriend, kind of, like, I had a good job. Like, there was not, and I was just, had all this, and then, like, I started thinking about, like, women, it's stories I'd hear. Like, their grandsons would go to basic training, and they didn't make it through. They got shots, and it fried their brain. They had to go, they had to get discharged and go to the hospital and get freaking their minds sorted out. And I started thinking about pharmaceuticals and how toxic they are. And like, when I was a little kid, I'd go under the sink and I just grabbed cleaning stuff and I just put it in a bowl, just mix it up, right? Just make it and, like, see what it did, because you put baking soda with vinegar, it reacts. Well, why aren't people the same way, right? You got all these people, they don't know how to not react. Their bodies are jacked up, man. They're so up. We get people lined up, and their body, their mind might follow, and Earth might have a better chance than what we've got going on right now. How many decades can people just do sports and entertainment and politicians? I tried to get into the world of, like, the new, like, why are they all talking about Spider-Man? Last Spider-Man I watched was Spider-Man 2. So in my mind, that's Spider-Man. And then they had this person as Spider-Man, and they made this kid Spider-Man, and I'm like, man, they just keep people in loops because they want them to remember the good old days. Nah, just go out and plant a garden. Pretty much. Life is so much more entertaining than fantasy. The fact that I ended up moving from Salem, Oregon, destination Flagstaff, Arizona, that didn't work out. We ended up in Taos, New Mexico. After we lived here, because I'm a Heyoka, we do shit backwards. And I'm also born near the tiger. Mom's born near the tiger. So what do tigers do? They hang out in the den. We found out after we moved here, Mom was born in Cuesta. their mascot or their school, there's a restaurant up there. It's the Wildcat Den. Evidently, they're the Wildcats. And isn't that oh so funny? Astrology is such a funny thing. It really is. I've lived my nodes. I've lived my purpose. I am already living my purpose. The whole world is figuring out that people have a purpose. Well, not the whole world. There's a lot of people that already know. They're just not on the internet. They're just out there living their purpose. They're not talking about it. This is my video diary, my historical account as to the rise and not the fall of what has been a very difficult, hey Miss J, last 10 years. August 12th, 13th, I packed up 4 dogs. Mom flew out. She was still more with it back then. It was so weird. I dropped her off at the airport, and watched her. They got her ticket and they said, come with us, and bypassed her through everything. It was a trip. I looked to get her special escorts service and stuff like that. But so maybe that's what it was, because she had, what, I don't know. It's really cool. I think because I don't know. But so she flew out, and then my brother had driven up from Sacramento, because this is before we were no contact. And then he picked her up in Portland and then took her to the place in Salem. But I drove out with me and my boys and Lunatical. So 4 dogs. Mom also had Sassy. She flew a Sassy too. Mom. Was that fun for you and Sass?
Yeah.
Yeah, has it been sure you and Sass? I hope she's a good girl. She was a good girl. I lost 2 sisters in 1 year. Mom had a 19-year-old Chihuahua, and then my half-sister, my .5 Jessica, died. And then I drove out with 4 dogs and my bird and a cat in a Nissan Rogue in August, out Highway 80 and stuff, until I got to go up to Idaho and then that way. And that was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago we moved from Omaha.
Wow.
Next week it'll be 10 years, a decade. A decade. Speaking of decades, 1 in 5 men need a little blue pill to be a man now. That very well could have been 34-17, the best segue I ever done. I said something earlier. It was so funny. I was going to get up and write it down. It was so funny. Because I was thinking about astrology, and it's such a trip because Mom's a Sagittarius, and Sagittariuses are centaurs. And centaurs don't have the feet of a human. Mom was born with 2 club feet. She wasn't born with the feet of a human. And she's an archer. I took archery. Did you ever take archery, Mom? When you were in high school, when you were with the bow and arrow? Did you ever forget to, how many times did you leave your elbow too far in and learn that you don't do that, because when you let go, that string hits it and then you get a bruise about that big. See, you're a Sagittarius? I see Sagittarius, they're everywhere. We travel in packs, and it's the year of the horse, and we're half horsey, or you're half horsey.
You're half horse.
Centaurs. Wasn't Pan a centaur? I picked up a hitchhiker on the way out to Omaha on that same highway that I traveled back. And his name was Pan. I picked him up because he had a dog. Dude was coming down. He had been doing go fast with the girl that gave him a ride in a Volkswagen bus the night before. So he was just I don't pick up nobody I think it is gonna cause me harm. I got 29 degrees Saturn. I asked AI, I said, what is your December 15th? My grandma was a Sagittarius. So my dad's mom was, and you know how they say my dad married his mom's energy, and then he found that in my mom, But my dad's a predator, because my dad's an Aries. He's a first deacon. He's March. He's 48 March 25th, so he's got that Jesus Christ complex. Some people that are imbalanced have that, and that's it for another story. So I am Aries, born from Sag fire, Aries fire, and then I'm one of those people they mess with in vitro, you know. And so I'm one of those invert. If you know Sloan Bella, she talks about it. They're Epstein file stuff. They're talking about it now. We live, we exist. They were doing it more in the 70s. So, so I was like all of what he couldn't redeem in himself. Like, he had a speech impediment, I got over mine. Like, he had learning disabilities, I had them too, and was still he had to go through kindergarten twice. And I got this. This is an award for the 55th Maintenance Squadron at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. I remember my dad went to my ALS. It's Airman Leadership School. It's something when I'm in the military, I said I will go to every class. I went to suicide prevention courses. Like, I just whatever I could do to learn about whatever they had to offer. I just always thought civilians should have this opportunity too, and I didn't have to pay out of pocket for nothing. It's just like, I'll be back later. I'm going to this briefing over here. All right. And then, like, a lot of times people go to briefings in the morning, then don't even come back. Like, half the time, it's amazing those planes. I said that for years. It's amazing these planes get off the ground. And now they're not getting off the ground so much. But people used to be like, Marge, you're such a smart ass, Marge. And I'm just like, well, there's nobody ever here. But I got extra duty and stuff like that. So I made up for my time. So yeah, I used it for whatever it was worth. I got a Bachelor of Science degree, you know. You just play dress. I didn't have to worry about a uniform. Just play dress up and put on your little busheries, and then have to, like, sometimes you have to do gate duty and stuff. But that's, like, interesting because they let pretty much anybody that lies real good into the military. I mean, if I would have told them what happened to me as a 10-month-old baby and that my hip pops and, you know, I probably might wear through boots quicker because I walk on the side of my feet, they probably wouldn't have let me in. But I mean, you should, like, I mean, I'm more together than a lot of people, and, like, I'm the most together than anybody I've ever known that's gone through what I have gone through in life. Yeah. I had 4 near-death experiences before I was, 15 years old. I mean, you can count more and stuff like that, the ones where I made bad choices, but, like, I mean, when I was 16, the police was pulling his firearm on me, and I wasn't a threat. I wasn't a threat, because I go back and I've been looking at pictures of who I was and what year and how old I was, and then I think about these instances, and then I think about the people that are fucking being mean to me. I look like this, and, like, Mexican dudes where I don't want to do it because it's perverted, but, like, I look out the window and I get dirty, I get derogatory, I get perversion. I mean, it was when I became like, you know, big and strong, large Marge. That's when the perverts started leaving me alone, when I could fight back. And then that tells me, so I'm forever, my whole life, looking for who the creeps are, and I know who they are. I know who they are because they're all the same. And then I get in proximity to them, and I let them know that I know what they are, and that they can hide in their whole life, and they can hide in their whole world. But they got the look, they got the smell, and they got the demeanor, and they can suck my decorum. They can suck my decorum because they're the schwill, they're the scumbags, they're why the United States is an abysmal place now. It's only good for the rich people, but it's so trashed and littered because of excess that we all get our karma because, places are running out of water. If you don't use it wisely, you don't need it, and Creator will take it from you. Yeah. That's mom in me. That's the indigenous. Her bloodline has been here since the 1400s.
Wow.
My father's bloodline, the creepy, icky Freemasons, they have been colonists. I'm getting a book tomorrow in the mail. I'll show you. This is my ancestor. The colonial. It's just an ideology. It's a mindset that says, oh, look at that place. That's a nice place. I'm going to take it. I'm going to make it my place. You can't take that place. There's people that live there. That's their place. No, that's my place now because I say it's my place. So we'll just get rid of the people that are on the place. That's why there's so many fires all over the place. It's real estate. It's about real estate. People aren't going to rebuild. I mean, how many people, it's going to be, it's not going to, people aren't going to rebuild there. Well, they could. I would, if I were them, I would take the insurance money and then start thinking about your ideal off-grid living, and then use the money and then build it to fortify a place in the same location. Because we have to. World War III is of the spiritual variety, and we are fighting against things you can't see, and principalities, demons that are driving people by ego. Which is, incidentally, in my mind, easing God out. Oh, I forgot. It's been 8 years. I got ordained on one of those online universal church things. So I've been Pastor Marge 8 years. So that's something. It's about doing things and being consistent in the things that you do. Longevity isn't really a thing anymore. My greatest accomplishment is being the best daughter that I can be as long as I can remember. Because whenever a bad man would come at mom, I would stand up from the time I'm 5 years old and no, you're not going to hurt my mom. That was me. 5-year-old girl. While my brother, the big important lawyer, is fucking hiding in his bedroom. Because that's what men, especially big men with feminine energy, they use that to overcompensate for how pretty they feel, and they're scared and don't confront me, really. They do confrontation, really. I don't like confrontation. I'm super good at it. Go watch my pinned video with me and Deputy Doofus of Taos County. My face isn't on it though. He's the sheriff he's a young dude with the big old frick. Is that your grandpa's hat? I don't say that. He did say something like, dude, and you know what I didn't get on camera? And I wish I would have. If I would have, maybe I did at the end when I panned up on his truck. You can see where he drove. He blocked me in. He blocked me in with his vehicle. So if I was like a crazy veteran with PTSD, I think crazy is people that hurt people. I am a veteran with PTSD. And then the guy tried to get in my car not once but twice. But I don't know. Maybe he's around. Maybe he's not. But it's they give bullies, they give egocentric power and authority, because then they will see. They know how to cause the most harm. So it's not just because there's people that race around Taos County. Everybody, they all got this. Most of the. Either it's a 50-50. Either people are chill and slow, or they got the zoomies and they're everywhere go there racing around. They all just got the zoomies on their little motorbikes or their big stupid trucks. It's an evolution. They start out with their little motorbikes, meet, 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 but they don't take care of them, so it's more like kunk, 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 kunk. That's, but they're the same group. But now the rest of the internet's starting to catch on about how annoyed they are. But then they're saying that it's like a 50-50. It's always a 50-50. It's those that are, oh, at least they're out doing something. Hey, if they're not doing nothing useful, and if they're like getting into traffic and they're like almost hitting people's cars and stuff, just let them stay home and play with that shit on their video games, okay? We don't need. There's plenty of shit stains on the fabric of society. We got way too many people with the zoomies that can't. They just can't help themselves. Like the United States of dissolving because a bunch of creepy perps have been getting off since what? Since JFK? I mean, I understand that the whole nation is based on narratives that are contrived in places that they call war rooms. What they're really doing is like, we're just going to tell the people this is how it is, but because they're never going to try. No one's ever going to try. How often do Americans like, I'm going to book a ticket if I wanted to today? Let me ask. Okay. Could I book a plane ticket to Gaza today? Wait. Let me start another one. Wait. Okay. How about, wait, stop. Okay, I get it. No, I couldn't answer the question. Boop. Stop. Could I book a ticket to Iran today? Because when I was on Crete when we were bombing Iraq in 2003, everybody else had to work like 32 days straight, I think it was, before the crew chiefs got a day off. But we had so much coverage in 2A652 that the permanent party, Phil, he just said, we're going to do 3 days on, or 4 days on, 3 days off. So I think I actually had the day off on my birthday, the day that we bombed Baghdad. I think I did. I think he let me have it off. And what I did is, because I remember one day I played tourists, because they tourists were starting to coming in. It's lightning here. We had thunder here earlier. When I was outside with Luna. But I walked into Hanya. Hanya. It's spelled Chania. Hanya in Crete. Outside of Hanya, because this is Hanya. This is like, that place was, because that's the tourist spot. If you go look up Chania, it's spelled like this in Greece. So I know what it's like to be an alien on another planet where I can't communicate with a lot of people around me. But it's like that everywhere I go on planet Earth, pretty much. So, but I was at this hotel, and then it like left from the hotel. So I guess west from the hotel, there's a little community where they had, because I've been looking for these leather toe strap sandals since pretty much 1993, 92. And so I was like, maybe they have them in Crete. Sometimes they call it lordboards, but they're one particular style, and I can't find them. And so I was like, well, let me walk up here and see if I could find them. So I just basically was off on my own.
Oh.
And I was evidently I wasn't supposed to leave the hotel.
Oh.
I'm on Crete. I'm gonna go play tourist, whatever. But because some of us went into town, I played DD one night, and some of the guys went to go blow off some steam, and we weren't even there like 20 minutes, and like security forces came out of the. They were just standing in the back of a room, and these guys come up, and they're like, "Are you guys military?" And we're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Get out of here." It's like, okay, bye. All right, you're not supposed to be here. All right. We just do what we're told, but I only did 6 years. And I about half did what I told. I did what I told enough to get one of these out of 1,800 people. That's how many people were in the maintenance squadron when I got that.
Wow.
I guess I played dumb. Or I'm not like being dumb. I'm just like always questioning why are they acting this way? Like of all the ways that we could be interacting right now. This is the thing that they're saying to me. Thank goodness I have so much mutable in me. I just go with the flow, just like whatever. I have almost half my chart are just Pisces and Gemini. That's 2 signs. That's dual. That's the ultimate in duality. That's this or that. That's okay, maybe. That's okay. It could be this way, but it could be this way. And so when people are linear thinkers, they take issue with me. Because I'll break their brain.
Wow.
Because I'll make them question their whole entire existence. And I was asking my thread earlier. Oh, it says yes, you can technically book a ticket to Iran today, unlike Gaza. Iran has operating international imports, so there's a war going on. We're bombing the hell out of Iran, but we can also go in and vacation. So don't believe what the government says because they're paid actors. They're paid actors, poli-sci acting class. Agency is welfare for the people that work in the building so that they get direct deposit. It doesn't matter if people get food on the street and they're supposed to be distributing it. See, the last year I was the technical order distribution officer.
Wow.
I was the hazardous waste materials collection point for the biggest collection facility that, we made the most junk. So I had to make sure the junk went to the right place and not down a drain. So when you grew up with a single mom and you don't have enough to eat, understand that they had one single designated fuel line from one office in Omaha that ran all the way to Texas.
Wow.
All the way to Texas just for one plane that was there. So when they want to, they will. That is the level. We have been just trying to survive against this country as long as we haven't been part of this beast system. And they're all dissolving because their demons are eating them up. They're getting eaten up by their demons. Just drink that. Just eat that. Just sit there. McDonald's. Go get McDonald's. Remember that time your mom and dad took you to McDonald's back in the 60s because you were a good boy or a girl? And then every time you felt bad, you want to make yourself feel better. What do? Go to McDonald's because that's what good boys and girls do. And how many people got stuck in that program? People don't even realize McDonald's isn't even about food. It's about real estate. Every McDonald's is prime real estate. It's all prime real estate. Everything's about real estate. Taking over land. This land is my land. Your land is my land. From this river that's drying up to that one too. Over here it's drying up, but down here there's plenty. So the people that are here aren't really worried, but the people up here are like, be worried because it's coming. But we're fish based on humidity, right? like every time you check the weather, I check it all the time, several times a day. I'm always looking at radars ever since I was a kid. I watched, new or 7 on the 8, whatever it was on the Weather Channel. Like I'm always tracking stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where's it coming from? Where's it going? And that song makes my train of thought derail. My train of thought derailed. It did it. Damn it. I was like, no, not this song. I'm MK Ultra. There's some pitches that just puts me in a loop, and then I'm like, what was I saying again? And then plus I had some chocolate. And a couple gummies. Why not? I did 4 sets today. I'm trying to work off my gut that I got my birthday month. I was a glutton. I was a glutton, and now I'm dealing with the consequences of my gluttony. So I gotta work harder. So, alright. Where was it? Okay, here it is. Tell me about the second progression transit in my chart. That's the stuff that you should be asking your thing, your question. Whatever you ask questions to. Oftentimes, I put this down, I'll lose my phone. I have no idea where my phone is for a while. And it's like that just means I'm supposed to get quiet. But I meditate every night because once you learn how to meditate, your body goes into a certain breathing rhythm. And when I go to sleep at night, my body defaults to that. So all night long, I'm going to the no place space. And I remember, it's no different. Okay, think of it like this. Every dream you ever had while you're living your awake life, that exchange is still happening someplace. You're just not there because you're in the tangibles. Wrap your head around that. There's no difference. When you're awake in the no place space. This is the new age. 2A652. Go look that up. 2A652. 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 I'll give you a hint. It's an acronym. It's for aerospace ground equipment. And when you shorten it up, that makes age. They used to say, because every group has their little taglines because they're so exceptionally important, that there's no air power. We were age rangers. So I was an age ranger. How funny is that? I think it's hilarious because now all these people are all, new age, new age. And I'm like, hey, let me help you usher in the new age. You want to freaking make a world a better place? Get out of your head and go outside and do something for somebody else that's going to benefit them that not you at all. Not even a little bit. It's going to inconvenience you. It's going to cause a problem in your life, an issue. It's going to take your time. That's what's going to make the world a better place. When you see people on the side of the road, stop and say, hey, how's it going? How can I help? I'm outboarding my car to like basically have whatever I need in any situation. Like I want to get a box because at the parts store they just have certain site because they used to have it in bench stock when I worked at the base. You could just go in and cut the length of hose that you want and get your clamp and go do that. And if there's a stretch between Cuesta and here that it's like they have hills, steep hills and stuff. It's really beautiful drive. Mom's homeland is a beautiful place. I take her up there and stuff. We're about due to go for a ride up there when it starts cooling off. We get out more. See, when weather is inclement, we stay in. When it's freezing cold, nah. Basically, we go out when the rest of the world isn't out. That's pretty much how we're the backward stance place. So it's an engine killer. And like when the temperature's hot, it makes everything hotter. It makes people hotter, it makes metal hotter, makes aluminum, and when like aluminum gets hot, it cracks. Like it causes a lot of problems maintenance wise. Wow. So I want to just like keep a box of and I already have clamps, I just need to get the hose. So whenever I see somebody and they're like, yeah, I busted a hose, I just cut them off a couple slices, give them a clamp, and say, go get a real hose as soon as you can, you know. Just get people from being unstuck. There's so many ways to help people. And I watch people on the internet all the time. This one dude I used to watch, because he's a has-been to me, he had a natural disaster, 2 natural disasters in his town, in his own community, that he lived such a cush, comfortable life in. And he couldn't do so much as to make sandwiches and just bring them down to people at the, you know, or buy pizza, or do nothing to make better the lives of people that just lost everybody. So I those are not the kind of people I would pay to give an astrology reading from. You just use this stuff. You just use this stuff. This stuff, because they're all using it. They're all using it now. Vedic and tropical. Okay, so I won't read about that, because that's a lot. But what I was talking about earlier, yeah, this thing's long. Here. I made this little thing.
Yes.
I made that little thing.
Yes.
Straight people like rainbows too. I made it, fix it. I said, now put it in the order of this.
Yes.
And then I did it. Here's another sticker I made. Butt should be exit only. Here's another one.
Whoa.
Flamingo Revolution.
Flamingo.
Go look that up if you want to know what that one's about. This one. I'm sorry for my service. I said that the other day in a live, and the morbidly obese person on the other side of the camera that was living in a bus looked at me and said, I'm sorry for your service too.
Oh, wow.
But see, I had to suck it up. I went with the B system, and I got paid back every single way I possibly could.
Wow.
Ever since then, for giving them 6 years.
Wow.
It cost me my health. Like, I look okay, but I have to do this because I got to show Creator that I want to live. Because I'm so poisoned. I've been toxified by this planet, and I'm a sensitive little flower.
Wow.
I'm a fragile little flower. I was only 6 pounds 4 ounces when I was born. And they kept me in until mom was like 10 months pregnant, because they gave her an option. We're going to take her on April 1st or April 9th. No, April 1st. And my mom said, no, my child will not be born on Fool's Day. But you have to look at what these days are in history. Look at what my birthday is. Look, that is the energy that I encompass, is what happens on April 9th in history. Because it's like history is like in nature, that if there's something that is like traumatic scars the earth, that all the trees in proximity will have a line from where that happened, because of the vibration that it put out into the radius, until the trees don't have that. When something boom, it's and so it remembers. The earth remembers when you scar the earth, and our bodies are our earth. So when we scar our bodies, and with just screwing with people we shouldn't be screwing around with, we're poisoning our own ecosystems. So people, when they clean themselves up, they're in turn, logic dictates the earth will become a better place. But that takes effort. We're given everything we need to have heaven on earth. Everything.
It is.
And what do people do? They just gotta, because they're scared, so they gotta keep making more within themselves. They're scared they're gonna die. They're scared this, they're scared they're, it's like, what I don't, don't shorten my life because you're scared. It's not, like I said, we're ruled by principalities and things that we can't see. Oh, I said, how do my 12th house placements determine how I deal with my enemies? Or I should have said how my enemies deal with me. That's how I should have worded it. It says your 12th house is the key to enemies because 12th house is hidden enemies. People have said, your enemies aren't hidden. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Well, they are. They act like my friends. But they're all... But my mom taught me when I was a little girl, where are their feet, Marge? They say this, but what are they doing? And then I get my feelings hurt because I would go by what they say, but they made themselves liars by going against by doing the opposite of what they say they wouldn't do. 12th house is Gemini, ruled by Mercury, and Pisces 9th. Gemini. G-Mini. 12th means your hidden enemies aren't people who punch you in the face. Later in the conversation, I explain it, how my brother actually did, in fact, punch me in the face 2 times, and how he attacked me and slammed my head onto the ground with my arms pinned aside, and I had to freaking grab him in his genitalia. That's what to get him off me. So yeah, I don't think men are safe. If my own brother is gonna come at me, like I'm gonna look at any other dude, he's gonna be above fucking knocking me upside my clock. Whatever. I'm not stupid. I don't even walk within arm's difference with people. No, we don't need to hug. Unless I know you, then let's hug. I'm a great hugger. Let's see. You don't have a 7th house open enemy problem. You have a 12th house whisper problem. And the ruler Mercury is in Pisces, is in your 9th with Jupiter. In Pisces, it dissolves. So how you deal? You don't fight gossip with gossip. You dissolve it with truth. That's bigger. And I've done 3,000 videos with stories of people that I used to know. But they don't get, like, I'm going to ignore, right? But I'm the one that's over here. I'm like, go ahead and ignore me. Can you still ignore me? Can you ignore me when I'm doing this? Can you ignore me when I'm doing this? Can you ignore me when I'm doing this? Like, people that want to ignore me, I'm always going to end up in their face. I'm going to end up in their FYP. Like, they're going to block me, and I'm still going to get through. I used to do stuff like that. I called one girl one time. She's like, I don't know how you got through right now because I'm on the computer. And this is back when you had to unplug the phone line and plug it into the data port on your computer. And so the phone wasn't plugged into the landline. But I rang through. Rest in peace, Patty Joe. I used to like Halloween, and that same Patty Joe called me on Halloween to tell me she was pregnant. And I was like, well, it's not mine. Have a good life. And then evidently, after she had 2 kids and things were cool for a bit, she ended up dying in a terrible car wreck. I was sad to hear. Her mom was a monster, man. Oh, ugly, ugly woman. Demons trickle down, but it stops with me. I don't have kids. Bloodline stops with me. I have a sister that died. She has 2 older kids that I met when they were very young, when Grandma died in 2005. And then she has 3 younger kids that are like under 12, 14, something like that. Like 14, 11, 8. I don't know. Time passes, so they get older, and then I lose track. So I know their names. You know, I know their faces look like mine. You know, and I made my presence known. And if they ever want to know Aunt Marge, I'm here, and I'd love to know them and spoil them rotten, or not. So, but they didn't even know I existed.
Oh.
Like the dad didn't even know she had no mention of me ever. So, I don't really have to mourn someone that didn't know I, because I don't exist. She died on her daughter's 18th birthday, and then her granddaughter. It was the same day was her granddaughter's second birthday. So, way to darken up a day there, Virgo. See, I'm an Aries. I got Virgo. My brother's a 0-degree Virgo, and he lives for that North Node Leo. He shuns this Aquarius out though. So he, yeah, I know a lot about the imbalance of all the signs, because I know my imbalance of me when I'm living for my masculinity and my ego, and then shitting on my feminine, like my dad shit on my mom when I was a little girl. That was my example. Like the men are supposed to be the protector and make sure nobody hurts their partner and stuff like that. And then, but my dad was a Freemason that like threw my mother to the wolves and had her put in the Atascadero State Mental Hospital because a drunk man was harassing her, and mom stood up to him. And I was holding her hand, and my brother was hiding in the car or someplace. I don't know. He was always hiding. Probably hiding in a ditch someplace. But a man on a motorcycle, on a Harley, drunk, driving back and forth. Mom found some chalks, 2 pieces of wood, and a chain that you put on the front and back of a tire to keep it from rolling. And she swung it around at the guy because he kept being dirty and saying nasty things. And she was like, leave me alone. And she swung it at him, and it broke his front light. And then somebody called the authorities, and mom got hauled away. They took mom to, because she was a crazy lady for breaking that. And because I was a kid, and I was like, she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. But Johnny Law. When the men are in charge, this is the world we get. You know why they act like that? Because 1 in 5 need a little blue pill to be a man. That's just going to be my new segue thing. I haven't mentioned Emily Pike in a while. I need to mention Emily Pike for a while, and I haven't for a while. She's a little girl in Arizona that they found dismembered after, they called agency. See, when they don't care about you and you don't matter, you are what feed the system. And I mean that not in a figurative way, but a very, very literal way. The people that fall through the cracks of society. I live in New Mexico. I think New Mexico might as well change its name. I really do, because I don't think it could ever save face for allowing Epstein to do what Epstein did for decades. People just took the money. They just took the money. He had ambulances, and then you know what? They set up that whole. New Mexico's like, well, we're gonna save face. We put together our own group of stupid cousins, and they're gonna figure it out. You know what? That deadline lapsed as of a few days ago this week. That they didn't subpoena one person. They just sat around and talked about what they were gonna do until the deadline hit. There have been no arrests. Nobody's been held accountable. They said 5 girls were hurt. And no, dude, you're talking hundreds, maybe thousands. 800,000 people go missing every year. And it starts with people like me. They create monsters. You're going to see this with more of the Epstein file stuff. I'm just living proof is all. I just lived, for my connection to source and not ego, but they wanted me to be basically an over emotional woman that just is like escalates, but I didn't escalate. Because mom taught me to have emotional control. My brother didn't never had any emotional control. That's why they're so controlling, is because they can't control themselves. It's easy to see. Don't you understand that? People that can't control themselves will try to control you. And look at America, it's out of control. Because once people get that taste of, oh, I can dominate, I learned about gay while away in 96. I had a roommate named Michael Chavez. And he looked straight. He always wore jeans. He drove a big old Blazer GMC. You know, looked straight as can be. He liked his little brown boys. And we going on the most wild adventures. And he was in Desert Storm, and he's like, it's all bullshit. We go there, we sit around, we get paid hazardous duty, tax free. They blow shit up, we come home. And then I had my own experience, and I'm like, this is what he was talking about. And mom dated Larry Hickey, who I watched do terrible things to my mother. He told me about. I remember he used to sit me on his lap. He'd go like, go get the toothpaste, and go get the toothpaste. Flip it over. Procter and Gamble. They used to have stars and like a moon and stars. It was their own spell. Stuff. It's making people go along with things that they don't they don't know they're going along with is their favorite thing to do. And I won't do it. I won't do it. So, where was I? You don't fight gossip with gossip, you dissolve it with truth. That is bigger. You post a free sticker that says straight people like rainbows too. And you don't argue in the comments. You let Pisces Mercury do what it does. Tell a story so true the gossip looks stupid. Go ahead, say whatever you want about me. Go ahead. You're just proving yourself to be a dumbass, because I have said my whole fifth step, every stupid thing, every time I did something dirty, it's been on everything I told my AA sponsors. And if you know what goes on a fifth stop, it's all your sexual stuff, it's everything. It's all on here, because I just soon put it out there so people can know, because that's easier for them finding out and then putting their twist on it. There's no dirt on me. There's no dirt on me. Anyway, I'm 52 years old. My record is clean. And every time I got in trouble, I said, give me whatever I deserve. I did it. I did it. And let me learn from this lesson. And boy, did I ever. I got a DUI in 01. And I still got this. After almost getting kicked out. I redeemed myself that much. So when I'm surrounded by a world of people that have never redeemed themselves, I see the detriment of their ways and the consequences of their actions that are, well, what goes around comes around. So whatever. Moon in Scorpio, 5th house. Opposite Taurus, alcohol. They wanted me to put hands on people. I ain't never put hands on people. I've had hands put on me, and then I've put hands back on people. I ain't never in my whole life ever gotten mad and put my anger through them onto them. I walk away because I don't want to hurt nobody. Because I know what it's like to be hurt. It hurts. I don't like to hurt people. I don't want to do that to somebody else. Sometimes I think I want to. That's just a trauma response. That's just I'm going to do to you what you do to me. I try to rise above that. It doesn't always happen. I digress sometimes. It says your emotional body doesn't do hidden. Moon in 5th, Scorpio 5th. You want to stare them down. Algol says, opposite says, if you stare, I'll cut your head off. Old story. So 12th house Gemini saves you here. It makes you laugh. Make it a meme. Make it a sticker instead of burning the house down. I'm pretty sure I just said that. Saturn. For your Saturn. No, that's not true. I corrected it. I have a couple of threads. Oh, this is my meta.
Meta?
Like, I have meta glasses. Sunglasses. I don't even hardly use them. I just use them when people are being like stupid. Really. It's more for security, like Canon camera. I have a, yeah. Wait, maybe it's over here. It got really into, like, I made this, I don't like this picture because it's a rendition of me. I don't like that. I don't think that looks like me. Now, what I did is I took a video, like it was thundering last night, and wait, what was it? No, it was somebody had the zoomies, and I'll record my face as I listen to them race off on their little motorbike or whatever, because it cracks me up. Because I'm all about hearing and pitching, and because you can tell how a person is on how they respond in life, and so like what is this person like in real life? Because that's all they do is they just me, like, you know. Do they just go until they stop and then they get up and they're just gang? I do that. I just use my energy on useful things. That's all. More than that, I wanted a motorbike. I wanted a Yamaha YZ490. And you want to hear the story of what nixed that desire? Is that I was 12 and we lived in Paso Robles, and this was my third school, and it was miserable and I hated it, but we lived near to my dad, and I thought, like, I kept telling him, like, this is what I get, you know, I want to get this, and my dad and my uncle had motorbikes, and they'd go out and ride them in the desert, but they never let me to go and stuff like that. My brother got to go, but I didn't get to go. And I thought maybe, you know, they hated each other, but I thought maybe, you know, since I was having a hard time, like, maybe they could rally and pull their resource, buy me a little crappy bike, and I could rebuild it myself, because I saw Greece too. I could do that. And my birthday came, and Mom invited me to, we were over at these people's house that I didn't like very much, but Mom was friends with them, so I had to go. I just soon stay home with the cats, but Mom would take me with them. And then they called me in the backyard. She called me in the backyard. She's like, there's something else for you back there. And I opened the door, and I was like, for a second, I was like, no way, they did it. They got me a bike. It's in the backyard. Holy hell. And I got up, and I was just like, oh my God, my life isn't complete shit. This is dope. And I go busting out, open the door, and I'm like scanning, and I see no bike. And then it hits me, there's no bike, then why am I out here? And so I start scanning lower, and there's like a concrete slab, a little patio, and on it there was a little itty bitty toy motorcycle, and Mom just starts laughing. She's like, ha ha, there, look, there you go, you got it. You got your motorcycle, there it is. And I was just like, you know what, I don't want no motorcycle no more, because I guess I don't deserve it, so. And it saved my life, because my sister got killed on one, my brother got in an accident, broke his wrist on one, my dad, he's been in motors, he has an upside down green 7 on his face because of an accident, so like I'm the only one that is never wiped out. I used to ride a bicycle and pretend it was a motorcycle,
and I would lay it on its side to see how far I could get the slide mark. I was a daredevil. Mom, that's why I gotta take such good care of Mom, because I gave her such a heart attack. But all right, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out.